Now in today's class we'll be seeing some basic relations under radius energies force expressions when this electrostatic force is the electrons are not revolving around the nucleus because of electrostatic force of attraction. So I will tell you, but just let me briefly summarize what has been explained in the previous class. Now, in the last class, what is that I have discussed is point number 1. I have written the summary, but still, your electrostatic force is causing this centripetal force of mv square by r, and your Bohr's quantization rule is mvr is equal to h by 2 pi for stationary orbits. So this is what has been discussed, and if this is valid, here this electric force is how much, means this electric force is k q1 q2 by r square is equal to mv square by r. So if this equation is valid, if this is valid, or if this is valid, then we have seen that your radius of nth orbit is 0.529 n square by z Armstrong. Then velocity of electron in nth orbit is 2.2 into 10 power 6 z by n meters per second. Energy of electron in nth orbit is minus 13.6 z square by n square electron volt, which sign you are supposed to remember. Now, these results, they are correct. These results, whatever I have written in this white color, all these results are valid under the assumption that, all these results are valid under the assumption that, if you are considering this electrostatic force, if this is valid, then these results. Now let us say in the orbit, around the nucleus, electron is not revolving because of electric force. Let us say it is revolving because of gravitational force. For example, say, now in such a case you have to write gm1 m2 by r square is equal to mv square by r, and if quantization rule is still valid, say if quantization rule is still valid, then you will write mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, and you have to solve these two equations. Like next, let us say instead of gravitational force you are given, say, magnetic force is valid. Then your magnetic force will become qvb. And let us say because of some potential energy is given. Now if u is given, then what will happen is your force is partial derivative minus dou u by dou r. Like this different scenarios you will be having. So for all these scenarios, what is that we are supposed to do is, for all these kind of scenarios we are supposed to calculate the force, energy, whatever is asked in the question. Right? So let's do that. Now let us do that. So here basic previous chapters or topics, what is that you are supposed to remember, some basic information I will tell you, so that when I discuss in the form of questions, you will be able to understand things easily. First one is, let us say you are given potential energy. U is given. Now you want force in particular direction is, if you want force along particular direction, you will write minus dou u by dou x. Force along this thing, u of xyz is given. What will you do? Fx is minus dou u by dou x minus dou u by dou y. Force along z direction is minus dou u by dou z. Similarly, If potential energy is given as function of radial vector, okay, so your force in the radial direction is minus dou u by dou r. Okay, similarly, okay, that is your first point. Okay, when potential energy is given, how do you get force means partial derivative. Okay, taking derivative with respect to that particular term. Okay, right, and from this we are supposed to do that. Okay, next, apart from this, okay, apart from this, your magnetic force on charged particle is q v bar cross b bar. If theta is 90 degrees between velocity and magnetic field v bar and b bar, then your force will be q v b sin 90, that is equal to q v b. Okay, right. Next, okay, next, apart from magnetic force, okay, let us say gravitational force is considered. When gravitational force is considered, it will become gm1 m2 by r square. Okay, and similarly, okay, similarly, if magnetic field and magnetic moment could also be involved. Okay, so if you, later I'll tell you with an example, but if you take magnetic field because of a circular coil, it will become mu naught I by 2r. Okay, right. So from this, your I value for rotating current is E times frequency, that is equal to, I mean, if you have a charged particle that is going in a circle like this, then your current generated is I is equal to E times frequency. Frequency is 1 by time period, that is equal to E by, your time period is 2 pi r by V, so that will become EV by 2 pi r. Okay, so all these expressions we will be using and we will be calculating different values. Okay, based on each of this, let us try to do a simple example and a question, then we will enter into the energies of atoms, hydrogen spectrum, everything. Okay, right. Hope you have understood this basic stuff. Now let us move ahead. Okay, so first let us consider the situation where in which, okay, you have a question like this. Okay, yeah, so hope you have tried answer to this question, you have paused the video clip. Now the answer to this question is, you are given potential energy as half into m into omega square r square. Now assuming Bohr's quantization rule to be valid means your equation is mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. This is your second equation. Now from this equation, what is your force is minus dou u by dou r, that is equal to minus of dou by dou r of half m omega square r square. Now when you are differentiating partially with respect to r, this half m omega square can be treated as constant. So if thus that comes out of the equation, so your this thing will become half m omega square times minus dou by dou r of r square. So derivative of r square is 2r, so minus 2r you will get, and that will cancel off, and you will finally get minus m omega square r. Okay, so this is your force. Now in this equation, okay, I did not write my k q1 q2 by r square is equal to mv square by r, but I will write, okay, this negative sign indicates that this force is attractive. Okay, negative sign indicates that force is attractive. Now this force should be equal to mv square by r, because if body goes in circular path, your force must be equal to centripetal acceleration. So your m omega square r is mv square by r, m will go off, 1 r will go off, you are going to get, okay, mv square by r is, okay, m omega square r, so sorry, r will not cancel off, so you are going to get, okay, this is mv square. Okay, so mm will go off. You are going to get v square is equal to r square omega square, v is equal to r omega. Keep this expression aside. Now what is it we need? We need r. So in place of v, I will substitute this r omega into this equation. So that will give me m times r omega into r is equal to nh by 2 pi. So that will give you m r square omega is nh by 2 pi. So r square is nh by 2 pi m omega. Your r is nh by 2 pi m omega whole power 1 by 2. Okay, right, and your v value is, okay, v is equal to r times omega. So that will become nh by 2 pi m omega power 1 by 2 times, okay, omega, right? Like this you are supposed to calculate. Okay, now once this is known, if you are asked kinetic energy, okay, extra bit, if I ask you kinetic energy, what you can do? Half m v square. Substitute this v into this equation to get the kinetic energy. Potential energy is anyhow already given. They could even ask you the ratio of energies, everything. Okay, like this you are supposed to solve the questions. Okay, right, now your next question is this. Okay, a similar approach, try this. Your question is this: your potential energy is given as u is equal to minus ke square by 3r cube. Assuming Bohr's quantization rule to be valid, assuming Bohr's quantization rule to be valid, calculate energy, total energy, calculate total energy of such atom, okay, in nth orbit. Okay, total energy is asked. Okay, assuming Bohr's quantization rule is anyhow valid. Okay, come on, now pause the video clip, try the solution sincerely, and then you continue. Okay, without trying, don't continue the video. Pause the video clip, try it, I'll discuss the solution. Now the answer to this question is, your centripetal force is, as I have discussed, minus dou u by dou r, that is equal to minus of k e square by 3 is constant, so I can take it out, by dou r of 1 by r cube, that is equal to minus k e square by 3 times dou r of r cube is minus 3 r power minus 3 minus 1. Okay, that will give you, okay, so minus of k e square, 3 minus will cancel off, so I don't need to keep minus sign again. So k e square by r power 4 is your force. Okay, positive force indicates that it is repulsive. Okay, it is repulsive force. This force must be equal to k e square by r power 4 is mv square by r. So 1 r, this r power 4 will cancel off, so you will get k e square by r cube is equal to mv square. Now your kinetic energy is half mv square, that is going to give you k e square by 2 r cube. Now your quantization rule is, okay, now in the question they did not give you any value. Okay, you are supposed to calculate r value as well. Okay, and you are supposed to express your total energy in terms of not in terms of r but without r. Okay, you are supposed to calculate the radius as well. Okay, maybe my question I should change it as calculate, this is your second bit, first bit is calculate radius. Now if Bohr's quantization rule is valid, okay, then what will happen? mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, then this mv square by r if you take, okay, from here v how much you are getting from this equation, I can write, Okay, your V square as K E square by M R cube. V square is K E square by M R cube. From here V is K E square by M R cube whole power 1 by 2. Now substitute this into this equation. M times V is K E square by M R cube whole power 1 by 2 times R is NH by 2 pi. Do squaring on both sides. M square K E square by M R cube into R square is N square H square by 4 pi square. Okay. So at this step, what is that I am doing? Squaring on both sides. Okay. Now one m will go off. Okay. R square R cube, out of this one R will go off. So you are going to get your R as 4 pi square K E square by N square H square. You got this much as your R. Okay. So now just hold on. So you are going to get this as N square H square. Okay. You got your value of R. Now you got your potential energy, you got your kinetic energy. Now your total energy expression is, total energy is PE plus KE. Okay, right? One M is also there. Sorry, one M is also there. Okay, MK E square by N square H square. So your radius of nth orbit is known. Total energy is PE plus KE, but PE is in the start it is given as minus KE square by 3R cube plus KE is KE square by 2R cube. Now bring this R and substitute in this by simplifying, that will give you the final answer. Okay, so you should be getting it as N power 6 H power 6 in the numerator by 384 pi power 6 M cube K square E power 4. Okay, so that is your final answer. You try it sincerely. Okay, all right. Next, your next question is, okay, this is a basic question. Now your next question is, okay, a uniform magnetic field exists in the region. An electron is projected perpendicular to the field, goes in a circle. Assuming Bohr's quantization rule for angular momentum, calculate radius of nth orbit, minimum possible speed. So the question is like this. Okay, B is uniform. Okay, then electron is projected perpendicular to field and it goes in circle. Assuming Bohr's quantization rule, calculate one, radius of electron, second, okay, minimum possible speed, that is V. Okay, so pause the video clip, try the answer. Okay, then so now how to solve this question is, your magnetic force is, as I have told you, Q V bar cross B bar. Angle is perpendicular, means it is 90 degrees. So your EVB is your magnetic force, which is equal to mv square by r, because this centripetal force is causing this to go in a circle. This I have discussed in magnetic field, torque, force, energy chapter, so I don't need to worry much about this. So finally from here your mv square is ReVB. V square is ReVB by M. V is Re Vb by m whole power 1 by 2. Now your second equation, this is your first equation, centripetal force equation, because the body is going in circle. Second, okay, right. Second one is your Bohr's quantization rule. Okay, Bohr's quantization rule, that is mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so that will become m times what is V, Re Vb by m whole power 1 by 2. Okay, Re Vb whole power n by 2 times R is equal to nh by 2 pi. Do squaring on both sides. M square times Re Vb whole power m times R square is equal to nh square by 4 pi square. M will go off. Okay, right. Now your next thing is, okay, this is R cube. Okay, so MEVB R cube is n square h square by 4 pi square. So just hold on, I have done the wrong calculation completely. V I must have cancelled it off earlier. Okay, in this step itself I have done wrong. Okay, I was in a doubt, things are going wrong, sorry. Yeah, V from here will cancel off. You are going to get VE is Re by m. Okay, so now from here your second equation is quantization rule, mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. So m times V is Reb by m times R is equal to nh by 2 pi. M will cancel off. So R square Eb is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so from here R square is nh by 2 pi Eb. That implies your R is nh by 2 pi Eb whole power 1 by 2. Now once you get the radius, substitute this back, your V value is, okay, substitute this into this equation, your V is R nh by 2 pi Eb whole power 1 by 2 times E into V by m. Okay, so that will give you the value of V. Okay, right. So like this you are supposed to solve the questions. Okay, now for minimum V, for minimum V, okay, substitute n equal to 1 and give the answer. Okay, right. Excuse me. Okay, I got misleaded by a phone call while recording, so that's why the calculation went wrong. That's why while talking in the class we are not supposed to use the mobiles. Next, your next question is, okay, consider neutron and electron are bound to each other due to gravitational force, assuming Bohr's quantization rule, okay, find expression for energy of neutron electron system. Okay, the question is wrong. Okay, actually you should write find energy of not neutron, only electron. Okay, for this system, electron in this system. Okay, electron in this system, then language will be better. Okay, he gave in the book this question, this language, but I don't feel it is correct. So come on, try this question. Pause the video clip, try the solution. Okay. Now hope you have tried for a finite amount of time. Now if you consider this gravitational force G into Mn into Me by r square, Gm1m2 by r square is equal to, electron is revolving, so it is Me into V square by r. Okay, so Me will go off, 1 r will go off. You are going to get V square is G times mass of neutron by r. Your V is, okay, under root G times Mn by r. Okay, now your first statement is, first equation is this from centripetal force. Okay, now your second equation is, okay, this is your centripetal force. Your second equation is angular momentum conservation. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi m times, what is V means under root G times Mn by r, that is equal to, okay, it is not m into n, it is mass subscript n, mass of neutron, that is equal to NH by 2 pi. Okay, this is mass of electron because electron is revolving. So Me into V into R is NH by 2 pi. Okay, so V I have substituted times R. This is mass of electron, this is velocity of electron, times this is your radius of electron with respect to neutron. Okay, now do squaring on both sides, that will give you Me square times G into Mn into r square by r, okay, that is equal to n square h square by 4 pi square. Okay, 1 r will go off. You are going to get r as n square h square by 4 pi square into G into Me square into Mn. Okay, so this is your radius of electron in nth orbit. Okay, right, now you have got your radius. Okay, now your velocity you will get it by substituting in this equation. Okay, now your total energy is, okay, your total energy is half mv square. Okay, half mv square plus, okay, mass of electron into v square plus gravitational potential energy you can take. This is your Ke and this is your Pe. What is your gravitational potential energy? Minus of Gn into Me into by r. So substitute this V into this equation and simplify. You should get final answer as minus G Me Mn by 2r. Okay, then once you get this total energy expression, okay, substitute this into this equation to get the final value. Okay, so because of lack of space, I will try to write it in the small space here. Minus G Me cube Mn square 2 pi square whole divided by n square h square. Okay, do the simplification till the end. Okay, like this you are supposed to calculate different basic questions. Okay, now one more question I will try to do it. Okay, with this we will move ahead to the energy part. Okay, your next question is, okay, find B bar at nucleus in hydrogen atom due to circular motion of electron. Assume atom is in its ground state. Okay, write your answer in terms of universal constants. Universal constants. Your final answer should contain, okay, mu naught E m pi epsilon naught h. Okay, express answer in these terms. Okay, come on, try this question. Pause the video clip, try the solution. Okay, now what is asked is you are supposed to calculate magnetic field. Now idea number 1, you will have magnetic field either because of a moving charge or a current carrying wire. Now when electron moves inside the nucleus like this, okay, with some velocity v and radius r, okay, so first and foremost thing is, okay, your current I is, I have told you current I is charge per time period, because if q charge is moving, charge per unit time, okay, it is q by time period is 2 pi r by v, so that is equal to qv by 2 pi r is your current. So here it is electron, so E times v by 2 pi r, keep it aside. First relation. Next, number 2, your magnetic field because of this current at the center is, because of circular loop, it is mu naught I by 2r, that is equal to mu naught by 2 times I is EV by 2 pi r. So what is it you are getting is mu naught EV by 4 pi r square, that is your magnetic field B. Okay, so you have got your magnetic field, you have got your current. Okay, now V and R are unknowns, right? So we need to substitute this because V is unknown and R is unknown. Okay, so our next step is substituting R and V. Okay, next step is substituting R and V into the B expression. Now what is that expression of V and what is that expression of R means? Okay, once again we have to go for your basic equations. Here your electrostatic force, okay, because any other information is not given to equate it to centripetal force. So that is why what is that I am going to do is, okay, hydrogen atom is given, so Z value is 1, so K into E into E. Inside the nucleus, hydrogen atom contains only the proton part. K E square by R square is mv square by R. mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, remove in place of Z keep 1. Okay, in the previous derivations you will get the answer. From these two equations, what is the expression of R is, okay, it is actually n square h square epsilon naught by pi m e square. Okay, you solve it. I don't have space here and it will anyhow kill the time. And coming to your V, V is e square by 2n epsilon naught h. Okay, take this to this equation and this equation into these equations and substitute it. Finally, you will get your B value as mu naught e power 7 m square pi whole divided by 8 epsilon naught cube h power 5. Okay, so that is your magnetic field expression. Okay, so this is your final idea. Okay, so with this basic problems related to Bohr's atom I am ending. Okay, next we will see, okay, relations related to energy of atom, then followed by hydrogen spectrum and all. Okay, all those things will come in a separate lecture. Okay, now your next part is